Assalamu alaikum. I'm Henna Rai, the director of Women Against Radicalization Network, or WARN. Today I want to speak to you about fasting. Actually, no, I don't. I want to speak about not fasting. That's it, you've heard me right. Those of us who are not fasting during this holy month of Ramadan, i.e. those of us who are exempt. There's a variety of categories that fall into this exemption rule, and yet time and again we see individuals, community members penalizing those of us who are unable to fast during this month. There can be a variety of reasons behind this. One of the most obvious ones, which I do want to raise here, not only for its amusement value, because it is still a great taboo subject and a source of embarrassment for especially the male members of the community, is women who are menstruating on their monthly cycle or on their periods, the dreaded P word. We've seen recently a fantastic video that has been released on social media, sponsored by a well-known sanitary towel brand, which has addressed this in a fantastic, albeit amusing way. Yet it dramatizes the entire perceptions around periods and fasting, but those perceptions are not wrong, because that is how our males in our families react. I know that they certainly do in mine. You know, they become all flustered when you talk about periods or bodily functions or issues that women go through. And again, as young teens, we were always told during our monthly cycle, don't let it out that you're not fasting. Pretend to be fasting and hide and eat and don't talk about it, and hide your sanitary products and things like that. So when our cycles used to begin, we'd have to pretend we're fasting just to pacify the male members of our family. And again, moving on from that, those of us who are exempt because of a variety of reasons, it could be chronic illnesses, it could be we could be traveling, we could be under a lot of stress, it could be breastfeeding, post childbirth and everything else. There's a hadith narrated in the Sunan of Abu Dawud and Tirmidhi, where Ali ibn Abi Talib has quoted the Prophet as saying those that are exempt fall into these categories, and the categories mentioned are the insane until they receive their sanity or gain their sanity, the chronically ill or infirm, the elderly, and children before the age of puberty, and they reach adolescence when they're physically mature. So, yet, despite having clear guidance within hadith, and even the Quran in chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 184, states if you are under strain of fasting and you cannot physically take it, don't burden yourself, but instead pay a needy person in lieu of your fast for their meals. So we have this clear guidance, yet it is such a crazy topic within our communities that we cannot cope when somebody is not fasting for whatever reasons, and end up penalizing that person. And I want to bring in here the issue of single mums who may be doing dual roles of parenting as well as managing the household and managing work and managing the children, so they naturally feel extremely drained. Yet when some of these mums are unable to fast, and I've been through this myself, we are almost judged and considered as not pious enough, and our piety is judged and measured. And yet what we forget, it is not for us to judge a person's piety or their worship. Anything can be constituted as worship during this holy month, including the upbringing and looking after of children and managing the home effectively. We all have our individual journeys to God, and we all are responsible for our own actions. So let's not make it difficult for each other, and let's support those of us who are unable to fast. Yes, we feel it. I know I certainly do. That due to my current state, my current situation, and my health, I am unable to keep the fast as I used to, and I do feel it, and it does become upsetting. But what's more upsetting is when we're frowned upon for being unable to fast, and when we are judged for that. We all have an individual journey to our Creator. Each of our journey is our own, and for nobody else to question. Let us not forget that. Ramadan Mubarak.